George Orwell's 1984 follows Winston Smith, a man living in the totalitarian state of Oceania, where the party, led by Big Brother, controls every aspect of life. Winston works at the Ministry of Truth, altering historical records to fit the party's narrative, but he secretly despises the government. He begins an illegal relationship with Julia, who shares his rebellious thoughts, and they seek out the mysterious Brotherhood, a rumoured resistance group. However, their trust in O'Brien, a high-ranking party member, leads to their capture. Winston's tortured in the Ministry of Love, where he is forced to betray Julia and ultimately loses his ability to think independently. By the end, he fully submits to Big Brother, demonstrating the party's absolute control over both reality and the human mind. 1984 is a chilling depiction of a dystopian society where surveillance, propaganda, and psychological manipulation maintain the party's power. Orwell's novel warns against the dangers of unchecked political authority and the erosion of truth, showing how language and history can be rewritten to control people's beliefs. The novel's bleak tone and lack of a hopeful resolution emphasize the terrifying extent of totalitarianism. Through Winston's journey, Orwell illustrates how oppressive governments break down individual resistance, not just through violence, but by reshaping reality itself. The book's lasting relevance comes from its reflection on censorship, misinformation, and the power of authoritarian regimes, making it an enduring critique of political oppression. The party, in 1984, maintains power by controlling every aspect of life, from personal relationships to thoughts and emotions. The concept of doublethink forces citizens to accept contradictory ideas, while the party's slogan, "War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength," illustrates how language is used to manipulate reality. The thought police eliminate those who dissent, ensuring that no one can challenge Big Brother. Even love and trust are dangerous, as shown by Winston and Julia's betrayal of each other under torture. The party's control is so absolute that it not only punishes rebellion, but erases any possibility of it, making resistance futile. In Oceania, surveillance is constant, and privacy does not exist. Telescreens watch citizens at all times, while even a wrong facial expression can be considered a face crime. The fear of being watched forces people to police their own thoughts, demonstrating how surveillance extends beyond technology into psychological control. The party does not just punish crime, it prevents it by making people too terrified to rebel. This theme is particularly relevant today as governments and corporations collect vast amounts of personal data, raising concerns about how surveillance impacts freedom and individuality. Orwell's warning remains powerful. When people believe they are always being watched, they lose the ability to think and act freely. The party controls reality by rewriting history, altering facts, and restricting language. Winston's job at the Ministry of Truth highlights how information is reshaped to fit the party's version of events, erasing any record of past contradictions. The concept of newspeak, a language designed to limit independent thought, ensures that rebellious ideas cannot even be formed. The party's ability to make people believe falsehoods, like the idea that 2 + 2 = 5, demonstrates the terrifying power of propaganda. Orwell shows that truth is not just about facts, but about who controls those facts. In a world where reality can be rewritten, even the strongest minds can be broken. Winston Smith serves as the novel's central figure, representing the struggle for individual freedom in a world designed to crush it. Unlike many of his fellow citizens, Winston questions the party's rule, longing for truth and personal autonomy. However, his rebellion is doomed from the start, as the party's control is too complete for any real resistance. Julia, his lover, is also rebellious but in a more personal, hedonistic way. She does not seek to overthrow the party, only to defy its rules in secret. O'Brien, at first appearing as an ally, ultimately reveals himself as Winston's greatest tormentor, demonstrating the party's ability to manipulate and destroy even those who seek to resist. In the end, Winston's transformation into a loyal believer in Big Brother solidifies Orwell's grim message. Under a truly totalitarian system, No one is safe from control.